Hello everybody, it's James here with Down to Stick, and in this video I am going to make an autism with color decal. Now this one I have here is the female version, okay? So I had a customer ask me, because I only sell these basically online in a black or white, and they wanted to know if I do the autism colors. So what I did was I grabbed this image here of the puzzle pieces, got it from depositphotos.com, and what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the text, see how that looks, and then we'll try it in the figure. All right, so I'm going to copy that, put those aside for a minute. Next thing I'm going to do is highlight everything here. Well, it's already grouped, so I'm going to copy that. Okay, we'll hide one of them for now. Now, while you're doing this, you don't want to resize anything because those two have to line up. All right, let's get to it. All right, so first thing, I want to separate the text from the character. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just group all of her back together. In fact, let's go ahead and turn that into a compound path. Control 8, for those of you that were wondering. Do the same thing with text. Control 8. Control 8. Okay. Let's get those filled again. All right. Now I've got these separate, see? So, next thing I want to do, I'm going to take the text and I'm going to compound path those. Then I'm going to go to Object, Path, Offset Path. Okay, I got this on meter. That's good. But I actually want the document set up to be at millimeters, just because you can you have more flexibility on size. All right, let's pick that again. Now we'll go to Object, Path, Offset Path. Now see that little border that it brought up there? That's not too bad. I want to see what it looks like a little bigger. Yeah, that's a little too big. Oh, maybe. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do that one, just for demonstration purposes. Now, see how you got these little pieces up here? So I'm going to go ahead and release that compound path. Control, Alt, Shift, and 8. Now keep everything highlighted. Go to your Pathfinder and just hit Unite. And that just got rid of a lot of that little junk. Now, one thing I don't like is this piece here. So I'm just going to get rid of those two anchor points. And let's do the same here. Okay. I'm going to put two anchor points right there. Get rid of that. Perfect. All right. Let's do the same on this H. Okay. Done. Okay. Okay, so now we want to highlight that that offset again. Now, if you get confused with everything going on, you can rename everything, but I'm going to make that into a compound path. We'll go over here. I'll just name it offset in my layers panel. Now let's grab one of our puzzle piece images. I'm going to drag that underneath that offset. And I'm just going to resize it so as close as I can so it fits everything. And you can do this without even resizing. It just depends on how big you want them puzzle pieces to be. But okay, so next thing I'm going to do, I want to copy that offset, Control C, Control Shift V, and that'll copy it right in the same place. Okay, now let's hide that for a second. Now we'll pick that original offset, pick the image, right click, make clipping mask. Boom. Now see how I got the text back there behind it? So I'll take that original offset And I'll turn that into my cut contour line. Oh, I didn't have it selected. Sorry, guys. Let's turn that into the cut contour line. I was wondering why the whole thing didn't turn pink like that, because it was on top of the layers. All right. Now see how I got it up here on top? So if I ran this into the BN-20 right now, it'd be a good file, except this isn't cut contour line here, so I could just convert that easily. Basically just right there. Perfect. But you'd have to copy this, paste it right on top, and then turn one of them into a cut contour. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so there's that one with the text behind it. Now, one thing I would like to add is a little bit of a stroke. So let's go maybe 1 point. I'm going to turn that white. See how that separates that that lettering from that image a little bit. And another thing, normally I'll go in there and outline that stroke as well. Now the reason I do that, object, path, outline, stroke, the reason I do that is in case you don't want it, you just get rid of it. Boom, see? If you want it back, you want to change the color of it, you can. Just a little added bonus. Now this lettering, well, that cut contour is ready to go behind the image there, or aligned with the image. Okay, now say I want to add just a puzzle piece, or just a puzzle pattern in this puzzle piece. Okay. Let's take the girl. We'll copy her. Now I'm going to take just a regular square. I'm going to grab my shape builder, highlight both of them together, and we want to get rid of everything around it. See how it did that? Now I'm just holding Alt and Delete. Your settings might be different. See how watch how I hold Alt and it turns into a minus? That's how I do it. So let's get rid of everything. So okay, so now we want to make this puzzle piece have some of this this puzzle in it. So same thing as I did with the original image. Ooh, sorry, big whistle there. Okay, now make sure your puzzle piece is a compound path. Well, if there's more than one piece, I guess it's okay without, but puzzle piece image needs to be on the bottom of it. And it can be further down with other stuff in between as long as it's in the same group. All right. Right click both of them, make clipping mask. Now we got that. So let's take that, throw it over here. And just pop it right in there. Now there's other ways to do this. That's just the way I did it. And there you go. She's ready to go. Now, if you wanted, say, I'm going to pull this over here. Now, say you wanted her to be, I don't know, pink. Which I think is a little too bright, you know, but you can change the colors. You can do that clipping mask idea with every piece in here if you want. And add a full graphic, whatever. So that's how I did it with my clipping masks. Now this one, again, let me remind you. Okay, I'm going to highlight her. Control C, Control Shift V. Now I've got two of these, okay? So one of them I want to turn into my cut contour. Okay, now that'll cut her out. See that pink line around that? Now I don't want that puzzle piece to be cut out, so I'll just hit my direct selection tool and just get rid of those paths in there. See, now that won't be cut out. Ready to go? That's the black version. You can do any color. Now you can also do, okay, so I wanted to show you that with this one, and I have some ready to go I did with the male character, okay? So here I did one where it's got the background all the way around. It's got the puzzle piece in here. This one just has a puzzle piece in the text. Or, yeah. So there's so many different ways you can do that, and like I said, I mainly use clipping masks for this type of work. On this guy, I didn't like how the puzzle piece was showing through his eyes and his hairline and everything. So I create. Let me show you what I did there. I'm gonna do it with the girl. So I took a copy of it, released compound path, Control Alt Shift 8, merged everything. Now, actually, you know what? I didn't even have to do that. Let me show you something else. From there, just make sure she's a compound path. Go to Object, Path, Offset Path. We'll go down to 1, hit OK. Now we take that. And now there I'm going to release the compound path. And then I'm going to unite. So now you got that little background. And you can mess around with stuff in here. You can connect right here, get rid of that space there if you want. But we're not going to do that for now. So now if I wanted to say I want her eyes to be white or whatnot, I'm going to turn that white. I'm going to throw her right on top of the other one. And I'm just using my... See, I don't like how these turned out here. But this is for demonstration. You can really clean these up if you want. Yeah, see, it did that because of that space there, but that's fine. I mean, if you really wanted to get crazy, you could you can just go in here. Just get rid of those anchors like that. Fine, perfect, whatever. In fact, let's do that for now. Okay, boom, they're gone. Now, I don't like this big gap in here either, but I'm going to leave that alone for now. Actually, it's bugging me, sorry. I'll just connect that and then hit Unite. Select one anchor point and delete twice. Boom, there it is. See, my OCD is starting to kick in here. So let's get rid of these anchor points. There we go. Good to go. All right. Now, one thing I don't like also... Oh, never mind. Okay, we're good. Okay, now, that's going to still cut out where that pink is. We don't want all this white around it. So what I'm going to do... Let's select that white. Now, this needs to go in between... Let me find that there. Where's that clip group? Right there. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out... I'm just going to get rid of that one for now. So this needs to go underneath the black. Okay, there we go. See how I added that nice white around her? That's one way you can do it so it just doesn't look so plain, just sitting there. But that's how I add visual images into just regular vinyl decals. Now... Here's something else I want to let you know. Okay, so it's still going to cut out that cut contour line there. So we don't want that, right? So we're going to take that compound path that I just did, that white one. Let's hide that other one. So I'm going to take just the white. Let's fix that there. There we go. I'll sit here for hours sometimes just picking at designs because I'm so OCD with this stuff, but you should see my tattoo stencils. I think that's fine. I think we're good. Okay. All right, so let's pick her. Well, just the white. Control C, Control Shift V. Turn that into the cut contour. Make sure it's in the right place up here by taking away the fill. Okay, so now it's only going to cut out around the pattern where the lettering is, and it's only going to cut around the white up here. Now you want to make sure your compound path is on top. or your cut contour paths. Okay. Everything else can be where it's at, but I can't stand layers to be so unorganized like that. I mean, if you really wanted to, just select everything, group it. We'll take the text. Well, I'm not going to sit here and do all that part of it, but what I'm trying to say here is that before I complete this file, I'll go in here and just organize everything so it's nice. And that way also, if I ever decide to sell the file, then customers don't see it just a mess over here. But that's it, you guys. That's how I make my autism decals. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and run a print job. Now this guy here, I haven't added the cut contour yet around anything. So what I'm going to do, well, first of all, let's go back to inches on our document setup. I'm going to put her at 6. I'm going to go to object. Oh shoot, you know what? Sorry guys. Okay. We're going to get rid of that original cut. So see how that original cut contour is going to cut her out? So if you wanted to just get rid of that all that white behind her, you could do that. You could get rid of that line and still have all these individual pieces cut out. So I'll actually save a lot of that stuff instead of deleting it. But for now, I'm just leave everything the way it is. Well, actually I can't because I'm going to cut it. Okay, so we're going to get rid of, well, let's go to, okay, let's go, we're going to resize it at 6, like I said earlier. Object, artboard, fit to artwork bounds. So there's a perfect sticker file there. Remember, you got cut contours all over the place on this girl. But before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and save this into an EPS file. I'm just going to call it autism female color, which I have up here the autism color, which doesn't say male on it, but if it's not female, then it's male, right? Okay, so that's ready to be ran through the BN-20. So next we're going to take that contour around all these little pieces, and I'm going to delete that. Now I do have the file saved, remember, so it's fine. Now one thing you might want to do before you do anything, I haven't added a bleed up here, so when the machine cuts, if it's off a little bit, you're going to see a little bit of that white. Lately I've been having that problem with my machine. It's being a little biatch, but I'm not going to screw with it right here. This is going to be for demonstration. I'm going to make this listing, and I want a couple of actual stickers to use for mock-ups. All right, so let's pick one of these guys. Let's go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and do this one. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. Let's go ahead and make him 6. Actually, I'm going to make these both 5 because I've only got a piece of 12-inch vinyl in the machine right now. Okay, now over here in this mess, like I was talking about, because I haven't organized anything yet. Oh, what a mess, what a mess. I'm going to take both of the cut contour lines from the female here. If I can find the dang thing. Okay, there's the text for her. So I need that piece that goes around her. Where did I put the dang thing? Oh, right here. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to select that. that piece offset around her, and I'm going to do the text, and I'm going to turn that into a compound path. I can't do it because the path, they're not in the same group, so that's why it's not letting me. So let's pull that up to the top. Take that, pull it up to the top. Make sure you got this, both of them selected. Now turn that into a compound path. Okay, so there's your cut contours just for the female here. Way up on top. Everything looks good. Okay, so I'm going to group everything with the female together. So now I got the female here. And over here, I got the male. Now I need to have his compound pass, or sorry, clip group. Now he's only got one, okay? It's one big one. You see it right here. So I'm going to take that, put it on top. That's it. That's ready to go. Now, okay, so these are both 5 inches. I'll go ahead and put them together. Now, since everything's grouped over here, it's probably okay to use your alignment tool for the horizontal. All right, now I'm going to go to Object Artboard, Fit to Artboard Bounds, bickety bam. There's your 2 files. Now, on my actual artboard setting, I've got a piece of 12.5. Well, actually, it's 13. Height, I'm going to do 10. Now, anything I could fit on this sheet, which this is basically my print area that I just made. So if I want to, I could look for other orders, which I'm going to do really quick. Okay, so I checked my eBay orders, or Etsy, and I do have a 5x5 Raider shield skull guy that I'm going to add to this sheet. Go ahead and turn these so they fit. And that's it, guys. That's all I got to do here. You know, I hate wasting vinyl, but I hate printing things anymore where I've got so much inventory sitting over there that I don't want to print things and have them just sitting there. But I have been getting orders of this skull Punisher. Let me see if I can find it here. Punisher flat. Let's see. This guy right here. This little guy. I've been getting a lot of orders for him. So let's go ahead and run some of these with it. Now the height I make these is 1.6 because they go in the AR-15, the magwell area. Now before I make copies of that, I'm going to take, I'm going to go ahead and make a new layer. And I'm just going to put all my cut contours in that top layer. And once I get like multiple designs going, I like to do that. I've had it where each group has its own cut lines and whatnot, but by doing that, sometimes when I go to run the job, it doesn't show one or two of them. So for me, it's just easier to put them on their own layer. I kind of wondered if that would cause it to be maybe crooked or something, but I don't know. Who knows? Still playing around, still learning. Now, everything's ready to go. So I'm in my cut contour layer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my shape tool. I'm going to drag a square around there. Now it's already set to the cut contour spot color line. And then I'm going to go over here, do the same thing. You don't have to do this. This is me basically just adding my own weed lines. So when I weed this, these will be cut independently. Now we'll take this guy, since everything's set up over here, I'm going to hold down Alt with everything selected, drag straight down. Okay, there's 2. And then Control D, 3, 4, 5. And that's what I do in a pack is 5. Okay, so there's 5 of those, which this guy here is going to waste about maybe an inch and a half of my material, right? Let's try something different. Let's rotate him. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. See, that's much better. 6. And I always like to throw in an extra one or 2 if I can with customers. Don't be afraid to give your customers free stuff. They love it, and it's awesome. And I just enjoy it, you know. And I like when I buy something and I get something extra. So treat your sales like you're the one buying it. Basically, it's like when I eat. It's like I wish the guys would make the food the way they'd make it for themselves. Okay, we got 6 here, right? Yep, 6, 7, 8. So if I do 2 more, that would make me an extra pack for the next order, right? But I do like I said, I like to give extra. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to line these up. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I did, but since I do get these quite often, I'm going to go ahead and shoot. I was just going to do a whole row down here. I'm not going to. Screw it. Screw it, man. Okay, that's ready to go. All my contours in one layer, all my images. Now, if you want to, you can raster some of these right here. See how you got all these different objects, parts. Go to Object, Rasterize, Transparent, hit OK. Now that just basically made that into an image. So, see, that's just an image now. There's no objects, no anchors, anything. That kind of helps, I think, the machine to speed up a little bit. Probably doesn't make a lot of difference, but, you know, I mean, it. I'll just leave it. Okay, let's save this. And we'll go to my orders folder. Go to March 29. Autism Versa job. Hit save. And over here, I always pick high resolution. Make sure any boxes here need to be checked. Hit OK. Okay, now let's go to VersaWorks. Now I've already got my QAC preset for stickers. Where's my dang orders folder? Right there. So I've already got it preset for stickers. One of my viewers on YouTube actually showed me that. So thank you if you remember, if you ever watch this and you know who you are. All right. I wasn't gonna show this part of the video, but I guess it is a BN-20 demo. Now you can see how my 12-inch roll is in there, and I got that going. I hit get media width. Everything here I don't need to mess with. Quality, monomeric calendar vinyl. Now if I want these autism colors and these flags a little brighter, I can change that to true rich color. I have been told that that takes more color, like it eats up more color. I honestly don't know. Crop marks. I put crop marks. I never mess with type up here because I put them all together on my own file, and I think it wastes vinyl when you do a collage like this, and you the machine itself would not have packed these in there for me like that. It might if you, again, I don't know the settings that well, so maybe. So before I hit OK and print, I always go to cut only. Make sure all your dancing ants are where they need to be. Go back to print only, hit OK. Hit print. print. Okay, now I'm gonna film a little bit of the machine printing, and then we'll do the laminating and whatnot. Okay. All right, machine's fired up, printing on those crop marks right now, and I will come back to it a little bit after it's showing the autism design. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna weed these. These are little predator guys that I made. Same size as that Punisher with the flag in it. I've got a customer that bought 5 of these, but I did the same thing where I made extras for the next order. All right, she's all done. That printed fast, guys. Sorry I wasn't able to. I was busy doing something else, so I didn't film any of the actual machine printing, which, whatever, you know. But let's go ahead and cut this out, and then we'll laminate it. Okay. Now I've got this piece of laminate. This is actually a scrap piece that I had from another job. So, what's funny about that, it fits perfectly on this job. I didn't plan that out. Man, I really hate this light because it kind of puts those lines in the camera. I could see them. I think that's okay there. All right, so I'll show you what I do. You know, there's several different ways in my videos that I've laminated things. So I've kind of basically broke it down to one way. So I peel back. Now, a lot of people will just fold under the paper. I like to cut off roughly about a ½ inch, just enough so it'll stick to the vinyl. And then I just kind of pull it, like I'll hold it up like that, just kind of eyeball it, and drop it. Now with it kind of dropped down, then I just kind of push down on the sticky parts here. Okay, now let's go over to this guy. Now by having those, the way I told you how some people fold the paper under, so when you flip it like this, you can just grab that fold and pull it, but I'll show you. So what I do, I just kind of find the edges with my fingers, and it comes up exactly the same way. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so then we'll just roll it. Okay, so it's all laminated now. What I do after that is I'll tighten my rollers a little bit. I'll just kind of roll it like that, give it a little bit more pressure. And then loosen your rollers, because if you don't loosen your rollers and these are pressed together all night or whatnot, when you go to roll it, you'll notice almost like a tire off balance. I had to take my heat gun and just kind of hit these, roll it while it was tight, just to kind of smooth everything out. That's a way to fix it. If you have that problem, take your heat gun, warm it up really good, tighten it down as tight as you can, and just roll it while it's warm, and that'll smooth out the bumps in it. All right, so I got my crop marks. I'm trying to manage this camera while I'm doing this, so bear with me. All right, let's throw this back here like so. Bring it up here. Now what I do, and I've done this in a lot of videos, I kind of feel like my videos are really repetitive, but if you haven't seen the other ones and you're just watching this, then it's helpful, right? So I just push down on the crop mark, kind of move it around till I find that little indent from the cutting strip. That's where you want it. And I usually use both hands, but since I'm holding this camera, so what I do, let's see if I can kind of set this in here. Okay, so what I do is I find my place with both hands, push it all the way over to the right, and then I just push it back just a tiny bit. The reason I push it back, because when the job starts to go and it comes back out, it was catching on to the end here. I don't know if you can see that, and it was bunching up and screwing up my jobs. Yeah, there it goes. It's ready to go. Now I notice a lot of people putting transfer tape over the crop marks and then taking it off when you go to cut. I guess that's to help it read the crop marks better. I'll be honest, I've always laminated right over them. I've never had the problem with the machine not reading it. All right. This is the part where instead of going to screen record, I'm just going to use the camera. And we'll click on the job. Go to cut only. You see all the little ants everywhere. And then I hit return to origin after cut. I used to go through, make sure crop marks were all there, but everything should be good if you did it the first time. And I did used to do get media width when I'd cut, but another viewer told me that that's what's probably making my machine cut out of alignment, so I don't do that anymore. So another thing, shoot, phone's ringing. I'm just gonna hit OK, print, and then we'll go watch it. All right, so everything's cutting good. So far, so good. Now, I was having trouble with my machine yesterday. It was actually cutting through. In fact, I'll show you. So see how my test cut? It cut right through the paper there, and then right there you can see where it cut okay. Now those holes and that cut there, they're actually two different blades. Now I normally use the 65-degree blade, but the 45, I actually like it. I don't remember if that's a really sharp one. But for heat transfer, I definitely have to use the 65, because this thing will just jam right through it. Alright, looks like it's already done. I was actually going to pause the video and wait till it was done, but it's done. Let's go ahead and pull it out. Alright. Testing phase. Now I do got to turn this light back on. I'm sorry about those lines that it does. And I'm sorry about this camera being everywhere, because this tripod I have is I always lose my train of thought. Okay, before I take anything off, I always test a little piece. Now see how that comes right up really nice? Yeah, look at that. Just comes right up. Beautiful, man. You're so cool, Brewster. Okay, look at that. That's good. Now, since this is 3 different pieces, that's going to be used with the transfer tape. Now, let's see this guy. Okay, perfect. Now, this guy is just one solid piece, so I can go ahead and just send that the way it is. Now, one thing about these little punishers, you got these little tiny nose pieces that that really shows the level of detail you can cut. In fact, I've cut things smaller with this machine. I wanted to show you the teeth on these. And when I weed, I just pick up the piece and just drop it right down where there's going to be removed anyway. I don't want to sit here and weed all these, make you watch. I mean, I could do commentary, I guess, through the whole thing, but ah, shoot, I guess, you know, if I go fast enough. But yeah, so lately I've been having to really pay attention to my print and cut adjustments, because this machine, it likes to get a little finicky. Yeah, see those? See how that's just coming right out? That is really nice. Okay, these are all weeded, ready to go. So I'll take a piece off the corner. Now normally I'll add a weed box around even like these. Now this Punisher has a little piece right there. Got to be kind of careful. Oh, you know what, you guys? I forgot about the teeth. Okay. So these teeth, actually, I fixed this one. So when I do these with Oracle vinyl, let me get this off here and I'll show you. So when I do these with Oracle vinyl, it actually cuts each tooth out. So there's a little tiny strip in between each tooth. But for this BN-20 version, I just left that solid. I forgot I did that, and I'm really happy that I did. I figure with a piece this small, it's not really a make or break for the design. Sorry if if you can't see it. Normally I finish out my videos. I do, I'll point the camera at myself, do some commentary, but man, I haven't had a haircut in about a month and I am looking rough. My closest friends are starting to call me the Wolverine. So I'm gonna go ahead and just not do that today. All right, let's cut it out. Now if you cut it like I just did, make sure you're applying pressure, because I've cut before and the paper moves or the ruler. And when you're really close like that, you could easily trail off and cut into your decal, so just be careful. But yeah, I sell these in a 5-pack for about $8. They go on your, well, I advertise them as going onto your rifle. You can put them on your phone, your cup, whatever, anything you want. But that's it, guys. That's that one. But the main purpose of this video was these autism ones. And see how, I use that true rich color, so it's really nice and bright. Everything looks good. I did get a little hair underneath when I laminated. I seen that, but I just ran it, These aren't going to anybody. They're demonstration purposes. Now, I didn't add a bleed at all to this design, and that machine just cut on point. I mean, there is no white showing. Great. I got that baby running good. But with all of that, it's gonna, now that I said that, it's gonna start running like crap. So these guys are extra for the next sale for that. Now I want to cut this Raider out really nice and straight, so I'll probably just lift these up, move them over. That's it, guys. That's the autism demonstration. Sorry I haven't been making videos in a while, but man, I just got a lot going on at home, and nothing bad, but moving, stuff like that. I'm really trying to make videos, but I feel like a lot of my videos I do the same thing over and over again, so I'm trying to come up with ideas for new content. Please send me any questions you have, and I'll definitely work on that, because I'd almost rather do that than just show you the same thing over and over again. Thanks for watching though, and I'll see you on the next one.